too. It's a lot of them. I've got duplicates of so many guns.
So today, this woman writes me to back up a step. Um, I've had this idea of building a woodworking automotive shop on my property for some time now, and way back when my contractor was still renovating this house, we had some plans done up to send to a place for estimates and whatever. Anyway, the trusses. These are like scissor trusses that hold the roof up. You put the plywood across at the sheathing, and you put you know the part, the trusses, the big. You see them up there, and we bought like 18 of them or something, and some other wood. It all came out to $2,800, and I paid half up front. And then when it came time to deliver, she was going to deliver the next day. It was too windy, and she's like, it's dangerous because you sort of grab it with like a little crane or forklift in the center, and they blow around. And she's like, we did it yesterday, and people nearly got hurt, and today's windier than yesterday, so delivery's off. And I'm like, all right. And then I'd write her the next day and ask for delivery, and I'd write her the next day and ask her for delivery. And I actually figured out the dates today. This won't take too long to find the dates. I wrote her on February 21st, 25th, March 6th, March 8th, and March 9th, trying to schedule delivery on this thing, right? So this goes across, almost a month. And she just never freaking delivered them. And then after that, I started catching on to the fact that, like, my contractor's kind of on probation. Like, I don't know that I want to sign up with him for the next thing. And, she might have written me in, like, late March or something, like, hey, do you want to do this, or April? But at this point, these things have been sitting out in the weather for some time, and you're not supposed to leave, like, construction lumber out in the weather uncovered. They're literally laying in mud. And it's snowing on them and stuff. So now the materials are ruined, right? You wouldn't build something with stuff that's been in there since March of last year. It's almost a year old now. And she I'm an idiot because I forgave her for like too long. And what she does is she sort of connects people together. Someone was tearing down a barn. There were some good parts of it. I was going to buy them. So she's like, oh, you tearing that down? Hey, instead of throwing that away, why don't you work with me? I'll find buyers from it, and we'll both make money here. That was what she did. So I had all these like horse pasture gates to throw away, like 12 of them or something. And I'm like, hey, are these worth anything? And she said, yeah, I'll find buyers from them. I'll pick them up. She never came to pick them up. Scheduled it again. She never came to pick them up. I eventually throw them away. Like 3 months later, 4 months later, she says, Woody, I think I have a buyer for your gates. Do you still have them? No, I don't fucking have them. That was months ago. I don't want them like littering my yard. By the way, I'd like a refund on that other thing you didn't come through on. And she's like, well, that wasn't really my fault. I reached out to you and you didn't, want them delivered. And I'm like, that's so not true. And I list all the dates, right? Like 5 different times I tried to schedule delivery. I listed all her excuses. Well, I can ask them, but they're going to be mad because they've been working a lot lately. It's windy out. It's muddy out. The people are tired. They're really busy. We can only do it on a weekend. Like just excuse after excuse. She never delivered them. And today I'm like, there's no great resolution to this, but I'm like, if you want to meet in small claims court, that's going to damage your credit record when they order you to pay this. Because I'm pretty sure I'm in the right here. Like again and again and again, I'm trying to get delivery. And again and again and again, she's not delivering. And then months later, after they've been sitting in the mud for some time and their value is gone, now she's ready to deliver. Like, you can't do that shit. And, then this summer I tried to get delivery. She said no. She said you wouldn't want them anymore because now they're destroyed. And apparently that's the deal. You leave things in the mud for half a year and they get ruined. So
yeah, but why is there even if she knows that like your product is ruined? Why is she being a stickler about this $1,400 that she owes you?
Right. So I'm like, if I have to go to small claims court, that impacts your credit record. And people don't know when a court issues you to repay your stuff, that's viewed as a bad thing. And she's like, well, I was wrongly foreclosed in my home. She starts telling me how she's a single mother and she doesn't have the money. And I'm like, you're pretty good at collecting money.
Tell me you went Scrooge on her.
Yeah. I want interest.
I'm sorry. She wrote me like
Listen, you bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, is this
If
developing?
you don't pay me back.
I haven't read this yet.
Read it
Is
on
that
the air.
the LG? Is
This
is
one?
it your phone? Is that the LG? Yeah. Oh, it's a Nexus.
No, the
Okay.
Nexus, Motorola.
Yeah, it seems like you gave this lady a mile, and she's trying to pull another one in. Like, you just gave her too
Don't
much
listen
leeway.
to this.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'd sue her.
Oh, come on.
You can
share.
buy
Let's-
3
let's-
pairs of shoes of that money. Come on, guys.
Does her kid have polio? Did her car break down?
she
Was there a heart attack?
You should definitely sue
She
her.
does have some of the. She's like, I'm a single mom, 3 kids, no child support. I own nothing. Do whatever you want to do. I'm very sorry.
You should have been like, that sucks, and now on top of that, you're out $1,400.
Yeah, it's a harsh world, right?
Like, these are the reasons that
doesn't
it's
deliver.
okay for me to steal from you.
But that's the thing. Like I like look. I feel like she's in a hard spot. Do I really want to
very,
like
yeah.
screw her on this thing? I'll tell you, she played her last thing wrong. It's like I don't know if I should read all this on air, but basically she's
Okay.
She used to have 4 sons, but one got killed in a
no, this
wood
is
chopping
she's
accident.
going
What was it
business
again?
deal on something. She's like the materials were valued. She's acting. I guess she's trying to present her own legal side of this thing, like the materials for as is, where is, which is totally not true. Delivery was included in the thing, and it was a part of the receipt. The delivery didn't have a time on the receipt, but I'm. Is there an implied like before they fucking get destroyed? sitting in
Timely
the mud?
fashion kind of thing.
It didn't
Yeah.
say like you'll give it to me now, but it also didn't say like you let them sit in the snow and the mud for a couple
Open-ended.
of months. Yeah, like if I bought lettuce from you with delivery and then you gave me like rotted fucking lettuce pulp 9 months later, you'd be like, there's an implied.
All right. Who votes take her to court?
All right, let's make it unanimous. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. You were
I do
in no
feel
way
bad for her.
defrauded. You just. I guess she's saying that she thinks that delivery wasn't included, but it's not. I have the receipt. Delivery was included. I said that incorrectly.
Take a
Yeah,
picture
but
of it and
she
send it
didn't
to her.
guarantee that delivery was this year or even this decade. It's indeterminate amount of time has to pass.
Yeah, and then now she's blaming it on my contractor. She's, I don't know, all this shit.
You should have asked how old
I
her
think-
kids were. That's a delivery team right there.
Yeah, and it's funny. She at one point she was like, "Woody, is everything
They're not
okay?"
Hispanic.
And it's like, don't fucking make this personal. I paid you $1,400 and you didn't deliver. Like,
Literally, didn't deliver.
it's not about whether I'm okay. It's just like, oh, look, out of the blue, this person that robbed me wants to continue and do some more business. I think I'll bring up that other thing. And that's how it went. And then everything she said was just like, hey, is there some other way I can make it up to you? I'm like, nah, pretty much just a $1,400 refund. That's how you'd make it complete.
Was she attractive?
Money.
She probably used
Was
to
she-
be. I think she was like 50. But she looks like someone
Yeah,
who once
I-
was.
And
I'd
her
take her to
kids are
small
old
claims
enough
court.
to deliver. If she's 50.
You
This
know,
isn't a 2-year-old
feel
and a
like
3-year-old and a
it takes
7.
a tractor trailer to deliver these things. They're 42 feet long.
Okay, well, all right.
How old are her kids if she's 50?
I don't know her. I don't even know.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's right.
I mean, she's
Yeah. 30
she's a
days.
woman,
She's
and
lying to you. She's
Yeah,
lying
I didn't
to
even think about that. Like she's raising 3 kids. Are they grandkids?
No, 34.
Okay.
She was like a 16 and pregnant. And they're still an adult.
She's single, right? She's single and 50. She has
On the
3
town.
kids.
Yeah.
What do
Like,
you-
do the math. Like, at least a few of them, like one of them has to be an adult,
I,
right?
mean, I met one of her kids, really nice kid. And she looked like she was 12 or something, but it could have been a grandkid. I don't know what the scoop was.
I think she just took your money and she's just trying to play it off
Right.
now. I
she goes
legit.
Scrooge McDuck on this. Holidays are right around the corner. Fucking
Yeah.
squeeze her.
Woody's Christmas present's coming in. He's getting unfucked. Yeah, I really hate this last message she's writing. Like, she's like, you put in a deposit for
Know
half
where
the
you
value.
live. I've seen where you.
So the deal was I paid half up front and the other half on delivery. And now all of a sudden she's like, delivery wasn't part of it. Dude, it was part of it. Like, we sat there and talked about why they could or couldn't deliver all this time. Now what was all that, a gift or something? Like, no. Anyway, she's like, you both lost $1,400 because apparently he was due the other $1,400, right? And nothing was stopping me from completing the sale. Bullshit. It was delivered. Like, I didn't buy it as is, where is. That's bullshit.
So she's the only winner.
She said that she didn't make any money on the deal, and there is some truth to that. If I remember right, her scoop was...
Yeah, it's because she's bad at her fucking job.
Her scoop was she wanted materials. Like, she was building something. So she's like... the barn was long, like 200 feet long or something. So she's like, well, I'll take, 50 feet of it for me, and then sell the other 50 feet of it, and then that'll be that. So she got her value in materials, not in cash. And... I guess that's that. I don't know. I was ready to drop it, and then she fucking writes me this thing. Like, sorry you had all these problems, but it was as is, where is, and she's acting like I owe her the other $1,400. Fuck her. I don't owe her shit. She still owes me. I owe her $1,400 if she somehow delivers.
Get her, Woody.
Yeah, this reminds me. What about your landlord that stole $10,000?
I don't know what to do about that. Probably stack.
I feel like
Probably a statute of limitations on that or something.
That's not even
I don't know.
fair.
I don't know. What,
that
yeah,
is
I don't even know. I don't know what to
full-fledged
do. You give me the number that I call. The guy says, "Oh, really? He stole from you? Well, I'll get right on that. I'm McGruff the crime dog, and that's what I do is fight crime." Like
Yeah.
I don't know who I call.
Have you ever mentioned?
Thanks for calling the offices of Goldstein and Feinberg. Like,
You work with an
that's-
attorney from time to time, right? Professionally, but he's not that kind
Yeah.
of attorney, I guess. I mean, wouldn't he have someone to talk to?
I'll ask him.
It
Is
just
I'll
he
ask
seems
him
on
like
next
claim
time I
for
talk
for less than 5,000 or less than 500?
I think it's
Less than 5,000, right?
5,000. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's 6,000 in my area. I don't know if that's everywhere.
Well, I think you should go for
Yeah.
it.
I know it's
You're
6,000
gonna ruin
in my
Christmas. You're gonna ruin Christmas.
area. It's not my goal. I don't know. I'm tempted to just fucking put it in the past. I don't know if it's worth my aggravation. But the big thing is I feel stolen from. Like that's the unsettling part. You know, would I like 1,400? Yeah, everyone would, right? But I just feel like this fucker can't go around collecting.
You'd like your 1,400?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that you want $1,400 extra dollars. You just want your 1,400.
What I want really is just like, you know, you can't just fucking steal from me and then be like, you know, it was so like windy and my truck driver was so tired that we decided not to deliver you the materials you bought.
Do you have a cleaning lady at your house already?
Me? No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe she works off her debt. Maybe
Yeah, I
she
like
comes
that.
in for 14 weeks, once a week, and cleans the entire estate, top to bottom.
I so don't
And-
want her in my life.
Okay. Well, then what else is there?
That probably
Like, you
cost
like
me.
yard work.
But it's like, hey, known thief. How about we never clean your place?
Where's the play button go, Woody? Where's the golden play
That
button?
was
Yeah, right. Gone.
It's gone. What?
that was the premise of on Seinfeld. If you remember, part of the show Seinfeld was that Jerry got his own TV show, and they did a pilot. Well, the premise of the fake TV show that he made was that he got in a traffic accident with a guy, and they sentenced the other guy to be his butler.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, that would be hilarious if
That would be great.
if she
Or
got
just
sentenced to be a maid.
manufacture chores. Make her like unrake the leaves. You're like, you know what? I'm feeling like I want a real
Spread 'em
fall
out.
aesthetic. So spread these out pretty evenly. A lot of good color distribution, and then you can come out every 2 hours. Like, no, you know what? I liked him better in the pile. I liked him better in the pile. Do that. After that, could you please unshovel the driveway? I want to feel the spirit of Christmas, and then like just anything at all. Just make things up.
Her business involves Craigslist. Like she's all like I see her on Craigslist all the time, like reselling something or other, right? She's kind of a go-getter in that like she'll just find people doing construction or destruction and finds, you know, like sells off materials and stuff. And part of me just wants to like flag every goddamn ad as fraudulent, you know, like
Yeah, little petty revenge. I like that.
And
Part
that'll
of me
hurt
was
a
to
lot more.
slash tires. Part of me wants to find out where her kids go to school and pay some bigger kid.
No.
Where the kids go
Imagine
to
that.
school.
You make it real personal. You find some 12-year-old badass to go just beat the shit out of her
I
kid.
am not co-signing on that concept at all. Just to be completely clear, I'm sure
You can bribe children much easier than adults.
Yeah.
You're aware of this, but $20 goes a long way for a 12-year-old. They'll do almost anything.
I have nothing to do with this idea.
Jared
It's not going to happen in real life.
Jared. Yeah.
$5 footlong is all it takes.
But yeah, I really feel robbed by her. She didn't deliver her stuff, and she reached out to me this morning, and I was just like, part of me was like, how dare you? Like, how do you not know our relationship is pretty fucked? Like, where's my money? We're like, the material's done.
Reply back with that. Reply back with how dare you. Just that.
I am aghast that you would even say this.
I feel like we should write the reply. That'd be so much fun. Can't we write her some silly reply?
No.
One word at a time.
Start quoting statutes that have nothing to do with it. Like
You could do other random bullshit. Like, I don't know. Isn't there like an online service that calls at weird times?
Oh, but that seems so.
Oh, I'm
petty.
sorry. Now that's too petty?
You didn't want to
There's
bribe children to beat us up,
RevengeCrabs.com.
and now we're gonna prank phone call her. That's
send
what we
a
prank-
hooker to her house.
You could.
Yeah.
Or revenge crabs.
Revenge
crabs.
crabs.
If you gave me her number, I could prank phone call her with some ridiculous, like, silly prank phone call scams and record them.
People would
We could
definitely
also
tell
call her.
her
I'm
it
sure
was us.
Cliff Hutchinson
How would
might
they
have
know?
something to say about this gross.
We're on a
negligence on
live
her behalf
show.
in
Well,
regard-
not live, but
So here's what I'm suggesting. You give me her number in private. I call her during the week a couple times, maybe once Tuesday, once Thursday, different voice, whatever, different silliness. So she's not catching on to it. I record these calls and then I bring them back and play them on the show. But whenever it gets to the part where I'm like, hey, is this Tracy Bigham or whatever her fucking name is, I'll just bleep it. And if there's numbers disclosed or addresses, I'll bleep those too.
But then
Then
doesn't she know I'm behind all this at some point? Like, couldn't it get to her?
you get at least a week's worth of prank phone calls.
Who's that other guy on YouTube that I ripped off? Like this.
I'm not gonna be like at the end of my prank phone call. I'm gonna be like, "Haha, I got you again, rape squad killer, bitch!"
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna sign off with I'll call her and try to tell her about how I've got like I'm closing a hotel and I've got 50 Hoover vacuum cleaners that I want to move, and she'll be like, "Oh, the Hoovers, those are good ones." Like, yeah, they've got a penis attachment on them, a penis enlarger. You hook up right here. I've been trying it on myself. A little red and swollen, but I guess that's the whole point.
I
Yeah.
she'll stay on the line.
I don't know what to do with it. I just feel robbed. That's the
Well,
scoop.
in the strictest sense, you were.
I could call her
Yeah.
to a whole bunch of live animal traps I'm trying to sell, but in the background you can just hear like animals screeching and screaming.
No, little children's voices. Help!
I feel like I was accidentally robbed. I think that's a better. She accidentally robbed me. I think she intended to deliver, and heck, the fact that she called back like 4 months after I bought it, to have it delivered. And these things are ruined at this point.
Yeah.
Her intent wasn't bad. She just fucking incompetent.
She just
Here's
didn't
what-
deliver, and she
here's
needs to
what
do
I
it
would say.
like any business.
Here's what I would honestly say to her if I were you. I would say something like, "Look, you're clearly at fault here. You are the one at fault, and if we went to small claims court, I'd win. But I don't want to do that to you because I don't think you did. I don't think any of this happened because of any maliciousness on your part. You didn't intend for any of these things to happen. I do think you didn't do your job very well. I do think you were negligent, and that's how we got here. But I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire. So what I'm going to need is for you to make this right in some other way." And then you go from there, whatever you want to do. Maybe she's got some other, if she's some sort of middleman with materials and stuff, maybe she can get you some new material and not take her 50 feet this time or whatever the fuck. Some sort of junk broker. If she's a junk broker, I can't imagine that she's doing that great, even if she does have the three.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny because it started off where like she said. So remember the gate thing that I kicked off the story with? She's
Yeah.
like, "Sorry, I never showed up for those gates. My insulation business has just been going crazy," or something like that. Like going. She didn't use the word crazy, but it was definitely a positive thing. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe you remember my $1,400 that you owe me.
You should have, before you mentioned her owing you money, she went, really? Making a lot of money on the insulation business? You doing okay? Does that earn well? Well, great. I'm glad you're doing well this month. $6,000 this week. Oh, great. Because I'm going to need $1,400 of it.
Yeah.
Suddenly, poor now.
Suddenly she doesn't have two nickels to rub together after she said her insulation business was going wild or whatever.
Well, then, yeah.
See, now I want to hold her feet to the fire. Now I want my $1,400 now that her insulation business is going wild. Like, I'd get my money back.
My insulation business took off like crazy. That's I got the quote right now.
Do it. Take the cord or a small thingy cord, whatever it's called.
And live stream it. We're a GoPro.
Yeah. use the app on your phone, Periscope or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Periscope it's called, right?
Yeah. But yeah, anyway.